All right, hello again. We've got our tour guide, Toots Barrel here. I'm on a fun weekend for Father's Day, and wish everybody happy Father's Day out there. But also, I'm at the Blaum Bros Distillery in Galena, Illinois. My wife and I decided to come out to Galena to enjoy some of the things with the family and those kind of things. But here at the distillery, we got to tour the distillery and taste some of their spirits. And they're actually doing here bourbon whiskey. They've got a rum started. It's not ready for release yet. A Hellfire vodka and a gin. And I've got some tastes here. The first one is their gin, and then their bourbon whiskey and their Hellfire vodka. Now, what's unique about their whiskey is that what they do is they age it at least 4 to 5 years. It has to be done 4 to 5 years in brand new white oak barrels, as we know, to be called actually bourbon. So they fulfilled that requirement, but their gin and their vodka, it's not really aged. They just have different ingredients for it. But their gin is really interesting. They use with their gin, they use dried orange peels and a couple other botanicals that they put into their gin, and it gives it more of a flavor. Because if you drink gin and dry vermouth, like for a martini, it's kind of dry, not a lot of taste. But in my opinion, anyway. But with this, after you smell it, it smells really good. It's got a nice floral and citrusy smell to it. If I can get a little taste as I smell it, take a little sip. And I can tell right away, this is a really good gin. It's got, like I said, it actually has some good citrusy flavor to it. So it would probably be good for some salty dogs, for those of you that like to make your salty dogs. So this is good gin. I really like it. Yeah, that's good gin. All right. Well, I'm going to skip the whiskey bourbon for now, since it's a bourbon Facebook page. But I'm going to go right to their vodka. And their Hellfire vodka, the tour guide actually told us that their specialty is doing this with Bloody Marys. And it actually has a jalapeno mixture into their Hellfire vodka. You've heard of the Prairie Fire and the, what's the other, all those fire whiskeys and those kind of things. But this is a vodka. And smelling it, I can get the jalapenos right away. That's the first thing I noticed. I'm not a jalapeno fan, but a lot of people are. So this might be right down your alley. Who knows? It's a tasty vodka, and I can tell that I can taste the jalapeno right away. So if you like a spicy Bloody Mary, this is perfect. And actually, this would probably be good for a cold beverage while tailgating, because this will probably warm me up. This would be perfect for tailgating. Hellfire vodka. If you like jalapenos, this is it. Interesting. Boy, I can really get an aftertaste from that jalapeno and that vodka. Now for their whiskey. Their whiskey, like I said, they age it 4 to 5 years. It's a blended whiskey. And it's actually 73% corn, which is higher than a lot of other whiskeys. And then it doesn't have wheat in it, like a wheated bourbon. Maker's Mark is one of the higher content. They have 71% corn. This has 73. So it's got a little bit of rye. I think it said 22% rye, and the rest is malted barley, not just regular barley. So it's already malted when they use it. So it is a little bit different. And from what I've heard, that it's really good. They have an older age bourbon, they call it. I think it was like old cigar, whiskey, bourbon, and those are all sold out here, so I couldn't get any of that, and it's aged over 6 years. But good stuff. Oh, right behind me, we can see our tour guide, Richard. Is that right? Richard, you want to come out?
Yes.
No, Richard gave us a tour of the distillery, did a very good job, and we talked a lot about the whiskeys. Planning to come out with a rum and a vodka. But Richard, real quick, the whiskey, 73% corn, right?
The grain bill, 73% corn, 22% rye, and malted barley.
All right. Yeah.
So high corn content.
And 100 proof?
100 proof, 50%
100 proof
alcohol.
Yeah, so it's not cut down a whole lot, but 100 proof is a good number.
It is for this one, and it's coming from 4 and 5 year old barrels. So pretty mature.
Yeah, good stuff. And actually, the gin was quite unique because it had a little more of a citrusy flavor. Most gins seem kind of, I don't know, alcoholic-like. So what's the difference between your gin and other gins?
Well, two things. The process that we use, because we do separate distillings of each of the botanical elements, so they hit their peak flavor. We also do in a small pot distillings. So this basically those mix of 5 botanical elements. Not very complicated.
Yeah, this is a really good gin, and I thought the Hellfire vodka would be really good for those early morning football tailgates with Bloody Marys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be perfect, especially when it's really cold. It's in November or whatever. Great for football games. So anyway, tasting the bourbon whiskey. Like I said, it's got a higher corn mixture, and it's all local corn. But this is really, really smooth. For aged only 4 or 5 years, it's smoother than I expected. So I'd highly recommend the Blaum Brothers bourbon whiskey aged. Well, it's blended, like I said. Some barrels are at 4 years, some are 5. They mix them together, then they bottle it. Pretty good stuff. They sell it here at the gift shop, the distillery, for $50 a bottle. Not too bad for a local small distiller. So if you're looking to add to your liquor cabinet, definitely the gin. For those kind of martinis or whatever you want to do with them, salty dogs. The bourbon whiskey on its own with a chunk of ice, and then the Hellfire vodka makes some great Bloody Marys. So, all right, very good stuff. I'm Todd. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks.